So
40s.
as
Is there a problem with being in your 40s?
I'm all discombobulated.
With how long lifespans
As
are now,
Selena
like
leans back against,
is it that
she's sitting on a
old?
barrel and she
It's
leans
not
back
that old.
against the
Lots
wall
of
of the
people.
ship. Well, that was good. So what do we do for the day? There's not much going on up there, and everybody's in a pissy mood.
I kind of want to try to climb the mast again.
Hey, William, the crew seems a little distracted. The morale seems a little low. You don't happen to know any good chanties to try to raise the crew's spirits, would you?
Can't hear anything you're saying, Ron.
Yeah, Ron, you're totally muffled. It's good trope, but I'd rather have audio.
I will have to go to the drawing board back on that. Oh, that's all right. It was getting hot in there anyways. No, I was saying, Willem,
I'm only 30. However,
crew morale
I have
seems to be a
turned
little
30
low.
in my last 16 birthdays.
Down in their
Well,
spirits.
congratulations.
You wouldn't happen to know any
I turned 100
good
in March.
chanties to try to
So,
raise crew morale.
because
and
I don't
raise
think I'm
everybody's
going to get
spirits, do
there,
ya?
so my plan is to live it up as many times as I can.
As far as
That's
knowing
my idea.
shanties, I do remember quite a few from our musical theatre days, but I would say I'm the very best at performing, and you know they've had a nice meal. I figure that would suffice, and I'm even willing to admit that some of them might not like me very well.
Oh, that's all right. Just sing a song. Keep it simple. Don't worry if it's not good enough. Just sing.
Who's setting the standards here? It's just us.
Exactly.
I pull out my pan flute. Am I performing?
And,
Well-
and Jade, me and Jade will dance. And I start hopping on one leg, trying to do like a yada 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 yada. Yeah, it sounds good.
I suppose I could give it a try if nobody objects. Well,
Selena sits back, puffing on her pipe. No objections here.
All right, just give me a moment. Remember the
Selena leans
word.
over to Jade. Do you think he's nervous in the service?
Oh, he'll do fine. You just
Okay.
gotta warm up a little bit.
I understand.
And I
Okay.
like,
No, I'm 30.
and I like start kind
Yeah.
of blowing like little notes
He's
on my pan
30.
flute just to kind of
Hey,
just
Manny.
swaying.
How old are you? And how old will you be?
I like look over
if you
like
were
all the
born-
food. I see like
How old are you, and
I
how
see
old
like
will you
a
be?
display of like cherry tomatoes,
If
and that,
you were
that
born
like,
10
reminds
years
me
ago?
of a certain song. Goes.
If you were born 10
Right,
years ago, then you were.
I
Then
do
you're
remember
10.
this one bit. It kind of goes like
Right?
this.
Hold on, before you get started, as I see him getting ready, he's pulling out his instruments or whatever. As he's getting ready, I'm going to cast guidance on him.
And I'm 84.
Try to help him out a little bit.
I
take out my
Yes, you got the
mini
question
stringed
right.
instrument.
I like to say 30
fine.
because that's the last time I remember when
It's
everything
probably
didn't hurt.
it's not very.
Oh, that's a fair place to put it.
joyful and
Although I
happy
will
as
say,
you guys are
Razor, that
probably
I did go to
expecting.
the
Instead of probably
doctor like
play
last
something a little
week,
more
and
sad
the doctor
and
made a
mournful.
comment about my age,
It's like,
and
"Oh,
then had to
it's
verify
been
my paperwork that I wasn't lying about my age. So,
dead.
that's why I don't talk about it.
There are many paths to tread through shadow to the edge of night until the stars are all alight. Mist and shadow, cloud and shade, all shall fade, all shall fade.
Selena stands up and gives
Sure,
a clap. Many claps. Just
Oh,
that was quite wonderful. Should not hide behind shyness. You're very talented.
He did really good. He's the first one to actually be crispy. We got standards now for bards.
Quite often, I'm more into my studies and
Careful.
books than I am in my instrument. But thank you.
You're 21. Don't lie, Mandy.
So, what
We all know
color
that. No,
does a
definitely
green
not
orc
21.
change to when he's blushing?
Purple.
Purple. And
No, it's amazing.
Oh, you don't want to hear my version of that song?
Solita
I
leans
kinda
forward
do.
and she says, I have a tail, if y'all want to hear. It's not as good as that, but it's a tail.
I plop down, sit crisscross, and I just sit.
It's not a competition. I mean,
No, we're just passing the time, right?
of course.
Oh.
So, long ago, in the largest city in Chult, named Mesro, a righteous human paladin was sworn to protect the city. He was betrayed and cast out. He knew of danger coming to the city, that he must fight back, raising an army of undead to protect Mesro. Unfortunately, he failed to regain entrance into the city, and his undead horde soon became uncontrolled. The city was then destroyed by the spell plague, this blight upon Faerun, where all magic ceased to exist, as if the gods themselves choked it off from our use. Perhaps if he succeeded, the city would still be there in all of its glory, rather than in ruins. Vestiges of his mighty army still wander Chult. I believe this mighty paladin is on a divine mission and will rise again one day, ushering a new age, not only in Chult, but in all of the entire world. But until that day, beware the wilds of the jungles of Chult, for zombies and the undead walk unaccosted and unchecked. What you think?
Nice.
Well,
It's an old
one-
story. It comes from where I'm from.
One thing.
Huh?
Aren't the forests of Chult where we're going?
Well, no,
I
we're
looked
to
at-
Portney and Zaru. We're not going to the jungle. I mean, I'm a guide and I've been to the jungle, and yeah, you don't really want to fuck around and find out in there.
No fun.
It was just a story, love. I didn't mean to make it all serious.
I'm all Kate's sitting there now, like.
No, it was a very intriguing tale. And you said you've actually been to the jungles of Chult before. I heard you right.
Yes. Like I said, I'm a guide. I take expeditions into Chult from just certain areas here and there. I have specific areas that I'm much better at and more knowledgeable about than others. But overall,
Fair.
that's my job.
Well, that's very fascinating. Because, as a matter of fact, I've taken a quite massive interest in towards the jungles of Chult, and I would very much, as I'm like taking out like notebooks and quills, it's like I'd very much like to write down any accounts that you may have made on your expeditions, if you don't mind sharing with me, of course.
As you say that, you hear a voice from up the stairs, or the rope ladder, rather. Don't listen to that liar. I've heard that legend myself. And you turn, and Captain Ordame is sitting in the portal, looking down angrily. This paladin she speaks of, he betrayed his oaths and was banished. He attempted to conquer Mesro. The would-be tyrant was defeated and banished from his own iniquity. She's a liar, and she will dissuade you and lead you into ruin. And as she says that, well, go ahead.
This is coming from the undead captain.
This is coming from Captain Ordame.
Who was the one who was telling the story?
That was Selena.
Oh, okay.
I like her more than the captain. Oh,
As the captain says that, Selita she puffs her chest out, just, I will not have my reputation besmirched by a captain who can't even plan ahead to avoid a dragon turtle. When everyone knows the dragon turtle requires tribute, you put us in mortal danger. I'm trying to pass the time and lighten the load for these poor souls who have unfortunately procured passage on your vessel and could be sailing to their... We're not going to talk about that, for I'm a lady who is an optimist. You, Captain,
the captain
are cruel.
has obviously nothing to worry about. She's already dead. And I just mean mug the fuck out of the captain.
Oh, you say that?
Oh, yeah.
Captain looks, he goes, why would you think I'm already dead?
You have no value of life for yourself or those around you. And let's call it some bad dreams. Either that or you harbor undeath on your boat. And for some reason, you got oddly specific about not being okay with this paladin trying to unite with the land, and you took it oddly personal.
I'm sorry.
I
trying
don't trust you, Captain.
I'm not asking for your trust. I don't require it, nor do I seek it. I was merely trying to shed some light of truth on this snaked-tongued tale that you were told. But if my help is not wanted, and you think that I am harboring undead when we have searched from stem to stern this entire boat and found nothing, so be it. I will leave you to yourselves. Good day. And she stomps away.
Oh! Goddamn!
Sorry, I didn't mean to cause a problem. I just was trying to
I
tell a
like her
tale.
more
Apparently I hit a nerve.
than the captain. Interesting.
I think her. The captain's a no. Your storytelling was fantastic.
Thank you. And you see her just turn away and just, she's huffing. Just,
Ooh.
that was very uncalled for. I'm not a liar. I just was telling a tale that I was told growing up. I thought it would pass the time. I meant no harm.
On her knees and sitting on the ground and be like, you know, it
Hey,
wasn't
Mander, how's it
harmful.
going? It's going
We were
well.
just
How are you
having
doing?
fun.
Do you know what I secretly wish, Jade?
Huh.
That I could find the city of Mesro and put right the tale.
Why
Clear the
don't you do
paladin's
it?
name. It's hard to find. No one's found it in centuries. It's disappeared. It's a forgotten city in the jungle.
Why
But
don't we
maybe
try?
someday. Would
Ooh.
you?
I mean, why not?
Could be
If
fun.
it's to set things right.
You know, it's always been my opinion that
I'm doing
paladins
alright.
get a bad rap.
I'm just
They
having
always
a
have
snack
to be
and
so
playing some games.
holy
Nice.
and so
that sounds
righteous.
brilliantly fun.
It can't ever take there's no day off from being a paladin. But when things go wrong, who do they blame first?
Paladins.
The paladins.
What was that, Morgoth?
Everyone but themselves.
Maybe that's what's wrong with the world right now. Everybody looking to point a finger, and no one actually looking to fix the problem.
Nice. Snack is always good to have. When
Good on
gaming.
you, Imp,
Fair.
taking on this.
What's your preferred
burden.
snack,
You know,
Sav? Like, if you could have
probably
any
better than
snack,
any of
not
us.
necessarily what you're snacking on
How
right now, but like,
Flippant the perceptions of
what's
the public
top
can be
tier
on
snack?
those who stand against evil.
Yes, I do.
Cloud's like legit giving
Well, here,
ethics lessons right
I
now.
have some 3 Dragon Ante games and a Dragon chess set. If you want to pass the remainder of the day, we can have a couple of games and entertain ourselves from the blowhard up there who's just seeking to spread dismal depression. I don't even have a word. I refuse to speak to that woman, and I will not speak of her. For I am a lady.
As long as it doesn't get in the way
You
of
are.
sharing me what you would you like to share from your expeditions in Chult, right? 'Cause I'm like
I will tell you.
eagerly
of-
with my notebook and quill about to write something, whatever she says.
So you ask me an interesting question. Well, I do want to tell you all the mysteries of the jungle that I found, and that's not many. I've only been doing this for a couple
I
years.
actually agree with that
and
statement. Even in
the
IRL,
mysteries
everyone
of the
wants
jungles
to
of
point a
Chult
finger
are
and don't want to fix the problem.
innumerable.
Wait, that sounds like my parents.
You are asking me also to
Imagine.
give you something for free that people pay me good money for.
Well, I think that's one of those things too.
That is my living.
That people don't
tell you
talk
what.
about is the acquisition
When we
through
get to
time that
Courtney and
we've had
Zaru,
of
and you're able to outfit
delusions
yourselves for an
and
expedition, I'll give you half price.
excuses, to
If
be
you
honest. I
use
mean,
me as
there's
your
so
first
many
guide.
times you get apologies, but apologies are given
There are many.
with like caveats.
And they all have
And,
specializations
hey, I'm
in different
sorry,
parts of
but
Chult.
you know, if you understood what I was going through,
I wouldn't
like,
trust all of them.
your personal
But some of them
problems does not.
Could take you into the deepest
It's
parts
not that
of the
they
jungle
don't
of
matter,
Chult,
they
where I
do.
won't go.
But if you're trying to
And they will
fix
take you
something with
to
somebody, like,
riches
you should care
and
about that
glory that
person
you
because
could
you're caring
probably
about the
not even
relationship,
fathom.
a friendship, or even more with that person. So that has to be prioritized, right? So
And while
can't
she
give
takes out her game sets
excuses
and she puts them on the
in those
tables in front of you,
things, in my opinion.
she spends
Oh, that's a good
30
question.
minutes
I'm
to
a
an
simple
hour
gal.
talking to you
So my favorites right
Willem,
now are 1, kettle corn,
about dinosaurs.
2, some strawberries, or 3, a smoothie.
Dinosaurs.
I'm listening very intently because
Speaking as a
I've never
fallen
heard of
paladin,
dinosaurs.
paladin ASMR,
And she's like,
I would use the
little
lost city to hide my
lizard-like creatures that are
useless
probably
artifact.
no bigger than
Fair.
2 or 3 feet, as big as our grung friend
True.
here.
Are we
that
feeling
can
noble
bite you
and
with
regal?
needle-like teeth
We're
and
getting
do
into the
poisonous
shit here,
damage.
Razor. This is what
Large,
we're doing. We're like,
four-legged
people
monstrosities
don't
that are
talk about all
tons
the
and
time.
tons of weight that if they step on you, you're dead. But don't eat you. Well, Chult is a land where you learn to be afraid of herbivores and carnivores.
Oh, come on, that can't be true. These creatures you speak of, they belong in no bestiary that I've ever read, and I've read a lot of a bestiary, I mind you.
She reaches into the top of her shirt. And she
oh,
pulls out a necklace you hadn't seen before. It's tied with a leather strap, small leather piece of string.
Like
I
a
suppose.
leather strip.
Strip. Thank you very much. That's the word.
cordage,
Huh?
leather cordage,
Leather cordage. Thank you very much.
leather cordage.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
What the thing that Mandy said? That thing. The thing. That's what she has.
Yeah, that's
Thank you, Mander. And she pulls out at the end of the necklace a very sharp tooth that's about
I'm down with
5
all
inches
3 of
long.
those, but they have to be strawberries.
And she
I'll go
this.
one up and put some chocolate
It's not the biggest
the
tooth
side
in all of Chult.
for
but
the
it's
strawberries.
bigger than anything that I've ever seen else.
Have you ever had like? I know
This
it
is
sounds
the
terrible, but
tooth of a adolescent Allosaurus.
oh, we're talking dinos.
Big tooth.
So, have you
These
ever had
monstrosities
strawberries
walk on
with
2 legs. They have 3
sugar and
fingers
sour
with talons
cream?
on the end of them. They can step on you. They can bite you. They can smack you
Have
with
you,
their
have, you,
tail.
have you tried this?
They are
It's
a
actually really good.
menace.
It's really good.
That you think the undead are the worst things in the jungle. I'd rather fight undead than something that's 80 times my size.
Right, well,
I'm just saying, Sav.
if
It'll
these creatures
level
are
up.
true, I'm not
Blazing,
saying
thank you
they're
for the
not.
lurk, and I appreciate it.
They can be avoided to the best of our ability, I presume. I imagine. But what about some more internal and invisible dangers, such as like a disease and an illness?
What was that? A pregnant creamy?
Before
lady?
they could say another
Rude.
word,
No.
I scream bloody hell,
No.
jump up
I-
and try to grab the tooth
Is
out of her hand and say, "This is sacrilege."
it's
And
actually
I
you just
throw
get like
it
a
overboard.
like
A
plate
you
and
would
put
have
like
to roll me a
some
sleight of
regular
hand,
like
sir.
granulated sugar and sour
Contested with her
cream,
sleight of hand.
and it actually ends up being more like a sweet kind of cream cheese kind of a taste. It's really good. For people who like
And she's
strawberries
going
and
to
cream, it's
roll-
actually really good. That sounds like an interesting combo.
Oop,
Yeah,
just
so
one.
you just dip it in the sour cream and then you
Okay, neither one
like
is beat.
dip it
You
in the
grab her
sugar
tooth,
and take a bite. It's really
rip
good.
it out of her hands, and you make a
Tell
beeline
me-
towards the ladder.
Try it. Don't
Just-
knock it till you
that's-
try it.
Don't take that. That's my dad's.
I
Okay, I'll
jump
take your
up.
word for it. Okay. Because next time you
I
say
don't need to
something
let
weird,
her.
I'm
I
gonna be
just
like,
jump up through the hole.
Oh, but I can't grab him because he's poisoned.
See, on the topic of excuses though,
And
and
my turn.
apologies, I agree.
She says,
I
she
try
says,
to
I'm
give people
sorry,
the benefit
and
of
she
the
rolls
doubt
her
because
sleeves up
sometimes
and she
life
casts
happens.
suggestion.
After a certain point though, I'm like, yeah, I get that.
And
But it's one of those, like, if something
You
happens
just-
once, like, you'll say, hey, maybe they made a poor choice or something like that. Multiple times, then it starts being, you know, a choice, like, of who they are. But if people do stuff repeatedly, that shows that it is their character and their personality. So then you have to kind of see if that's something that you can deal with. But I just
roll me a
feel like
wisdom
there's
saving
so many
throw,
people that
beat a 14.
don't function with a good understanding of knowing how to apologize and actually help to heal the person that got hurt
And she's just
in whatever
please,
happening, you know.
don't
Because
throw that
sometimes shit
overboard. I
happens
did
and
not kill the
you know, if you
creature.
bump into somebody, you don't hurt them.
It was dead when I came into possession. I did not murder it. It was just given to me as a keepsake when my father passed. All I'm asking is just let me have it. I'm not in the market for killing dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are sacred. They are the
Another-
children of Ubteo.
I just want the tooth back. I won't bring it out again. I apologize if I've offended you, sir.
I will reluctantly hand it back because I failed my save. And yes, all dinosaurs, they're the children of Ubteo. They are sacred. They are misunderstood creatures that deserve better treatment. And we will not harm them anymore.
Wait, they're not going to fight the dinosaurs?
I hope they share your sentiment, for it's
They
a noble one.
don't.
And she takes the tooth from you and
Get
puts it
eaten by
in her
dinosaurs.
pack and stows it.
Oh yeah,
away.
absolutely. If it's something like small mistakes here and there, I
Ubteo.
can get over it.
you
But
say.
if it's
What do you
someone
know
who
of
continues
Ubteo?
to do hurtful things, I'm like, bye. Yeah.
Ubteo is an
I mean, I'm not a person that normally will
old
just
ancient
like, you know, peace out on somebody.
god. Us
At the
Grung,
same time, I do believe in being
centuries ago, used to follow him.
a person that is honest and says, hey, by the
He
way,
is the
what you're doing is harmful and hurtful.
father of all
and,
dinosaurs, the creator
you know,
of all
here are multiple
dinosaurs.
places where
All
these things
dinosaurs
have happened, and
are considered to be his children.
these things are starting to look like
And
personality traits, and try to
Grung
confront it
used
in
to
the
follow him, but
like.
Grung
Are you good with
went
that?
evil. They
Because
turned
if you're
their
if
evil
that's
ways,
how you want to be, then I get
and
to make that
Ubteo
choice of if that's something I want to
basically
be around.
abandoned
But
them.
You are
You're-
Kind of a
slightly
no-
mistaken.
no
He
bullshit
abandoned
kind of
all
a
of
thing.
us. He was the guardian
Well-
of Chult itself.
Yes.
So what are you bargain with?
And I believe either him or his underlings, his shall we say, his prime, his right
I
hand
take no
and
BS,
left hand men
no B's from anyone.
may try to help.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's common.
And I'm going to see if we can better our ways to bring him
before
back.
parting ways. Yeah, I've always been that person that if I'm gonna
I had
quit
a
talking
vision
to
as such
somebody,
as I was a young
like,
grun.
you'll know I don't want to talk to you because we're gonna have a conversation where I'm gonna say,
So-
And
hey,
maybe
by
we
the
can
way,
win back
we're not
their
talking
his
anymore,
favor.
and here are the reasons. Because I always like to leave things open.
Once again,
So
I
if somebody
apologize for offending
later
you, little
on
Grung, but how
goes
is
and
it that
says,
you
hey,
speak
actually, those are
of the Grung
aspects
as
of my
they are
life
a
I'd like to
separate
change, I
personage
would
than
love
you?
to have
They
them
are
back in my
evil,
life.
You said, not we are evil.
So it's not forever. Like I don't
When
like the idea of
I was
treating
young.
somebody like
You may not know
that's
this,
what you
but,
are forever. You
I'm
know,
just 8 years
we're
old,
not
but
cursed
Grung
by our
matured
biggest
after about a
mistakes,
year and a
and
half.
we all have to have room to grow and develop and be
And-
better, right?
where the village that I was in, the city, the Ganglan, is in the middle of the jungle, and it's protected by jungle mazes. And I was a child, and the elders never taught me the maze. And it was actually during my first birthday party, a celebration, there was a terrible, severe typhoon that hit Chult. It caused massive
dumb.
flooding, and many lives were lost. And I was washed out of the city through the mazes, and I hadn't received maturity, adulthood yet, and so I wasn't taught yet how to navigate the mazes to get in and out of the village.
Oh no.
So as the floodwaters washed me away, I didn't know how to get back in. And as I was struggling and thought I was going to drown as the raging waters just washed me quite a distance away, kind of grabbed hold of the tree and apparently was unconscious there. And in my delirious and unconsciousness, I had a vision, a dinosaur that I'd never seen before. I've never seen dinosaurs. I was locked into the village. And in this delirium, I had this vision of a dinosaur, and he reached over and he touched me on the head and just said, Upteo wants you to bring the grungs home.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
What did the dinosaur look like? And she leans real close.
It looked angelic. It looked like not just a dinosaur. It was like
Commander, are you a lipstick,
an
liquid
angel
lipstick, or a lipstick
in the form of a
gal?
dinosaur.
For my black,
Had a
Sounds pretentious.
is
What a vision.
or are we talking like
Bring the grunts
when I'm
home
not wearing
for
black?
Uteo.
yes,
Well, that would be...
and
Go ahead.
yeah, and then through the years, I would
Just
have
in general, but also
dreams of
black lip, yes.
every now and then of this
For regular,
I just see
I'm
quick
really just like
glances
a
of
stain
the same
or just a
angelic
gloss.
dinosaur. I
I'm
don't know.
I'm
I
a
was
really
delirious.
low-key
Maybe I was
person.
imagining everything.
I genuinely only
But-
wear
I wouldn't...
I
I'd say
lipsticks are
50-50.
hot, just saying,
yeah,
big
so-
fan.
But
Would
it
be
set me on
true.
my course.
Norman, thank you for the water. It's Red Bull.
Well, I
today.
wish you all the luck then. The grung are amazing
But
little creatures.
I only started
and
wearing the
very
black
fastidious in the way that they
because I
operate,
noticed when
and
people come to stream
I've only
and
ever
they're
seen
talking,
them in raiding
it's really
parties
easy
and,
to notice when I'm the
well,
one
when they
talking to
want
you
something, they're going
in
to get it.
comparison to having all the faces and sometimes it's
best
confusing.
you just lie low and hope that
So
they
it
don't
helps, but
stick
it's
you with their
also
poison arrows.
one of my favorite ones to wear. So this is a great chance for me to wear one of my favorite
Well,
colors.
that's quite the
Yes,
tale.
As you can tell, I like black. So,
I see why
but I
the tooth
use,
affected you
liquid
so
lip
poorly.
for
And
streams. I've just gotten really
if you would like to
fucking
get rid of
fast at it.
and she holds it out to you again, I see why. And you may.
Okay, and then, well, thank you very much. I take it. I go up on deck, and I kind of do a little prayer, a little ritual there, and I'll cast blessing on the tooth
Mhm.
as part of this ritual and say, "Find your way back home to your father."
Oh, it's so true. I love black lipsticks, but I'm always so
And
scared
I
to
drop
wear
it
it.
in the sea.
I'm usually a lip stain plus gloss combo
Now,
person.
wouldn't it be terrible if that's the
And
one
having
thing the
dry
Dragon
lips?
Troll would have wanted? It's not, but
I
wouldn't that be
know.
terrible?
I can tell him where to find it.
As
Pink
he
lips.
goes
Never
up to the deck and does what he says he did, she wipes a tear from her eye.
I think
and she sits
I think I
down
did
next
red
to
for
you, Jade,
Halloween.
and you, Willem, and across from you, Imp. and
Ribbon's
she's-
one of my favorite trolls.
Do all of you have such interesting
We love
stories for
him.
why you're coming to Chult and your upbringing? I would love to learn more about you. I feel like we're going to have to be friends for a while, at least.
I mean, unless someone else wants to go first. I kind of like look around.
Be our guest.
I mean, I don't. I didn't really have like an
I have to
original
use lip
reason
balm
to
to keep
come
my
to
lips
Chult.
unchapped. Unchapped.
I'm a
And I don't know
I'm
why.
a druid. I was
'cause I
raised in the
hydrate
Lakewood.
these days.
My mother and father, they're moon
I don't know.
circle
Is it?
druids,
Are
so
you
we
in a
didn't
drier
really-
climate?
We didn't go out like at all. Like I was raised in the forest. and I was surrounded by
Be
my people,
our
and
guest.
occasionally
Be
the dwarves
our
that
guest.
also inhabited the
Back.
forest.
How was your
but
shower,
I
sir?
spent a lot of my life with
Oh, I
just
just
them,
whacked the shit out of
or
my mic.
by myself in
Sorry.
the forest doing my own thing. So
My apologies, Mike.
I met
I hope you're
Willem
doing well.
on being escorted through the forest, and
I'm in Cali right now,
I
so
just hearing about
it's
the
not
world
that dry.
outside, I got
Like went crazy in Arizona though.
excited, and I
A
don't know.
lot
I
of
just
California,
before
it's
I
like
go
more
home,
like
I
drier climate itself.
wanted to see things
but-
outside of where I'd spent my whole life, and it's been.
I don't know
crazy.
where I was. It was like
As you say
high
that,
desert.
she smiles very big.
it
She
was
goes,
okay.
The world's an amazing place. Be
Wait,
careful, dear. You might not want to go back.
Oh no, I do. I want to go back to my home. I love my people and my forest and my goddess, and I just there. But it is
a long
amazing
shower you
though.
fell
The
in.
world, everywhere. Like I
Fair.
can't wait to go back and tell everyone.
I hope that you make it back
Were you
after
near Death
you have
Valley?
your fill of adventure.
Oh, me too.
I've been there.
Just one day. It's
But
been really
over by
amazing. The cities that
like
I've seen,
Anza
just the
Borrego.
art and the culture, and
I don't know if you're
learning how
familiar
to adjust
with that area, but
communicating with people respectfully.
I like to sit in the tub of the shower on
and she
read.
laughs. Well,
That is
respect
nice.
is always well given and received, hopefully, in social
to
discourse, at least polite
decompress.
social discourse.
Yeah,
That's
a
fair.
lot of hiccups along the way of pissing people off on accident, not realizing I was being disrespectful.
Yes, bubble
but I mean,
baths
I'm learning.
Book, with a book or
And
top
she looks
tier.
to the big orc. She goes,
So you know
you're the tutor.
near San Diego then.
You seem to be very
I do.
in the know of etiquette and what is polite
love San
social
Diego.
interaction
I
and
miss Cali a lot.
expected
Yep.
social graces.
Right, yeah, I do expect.
I might have spent lots of time in San Diego because it was not a far drive from where I was.
As far as receiving it, hasn't been so successful, but that
You want
won't
to
stop
rock?
me from
We
trying.
do not rock life during D&D.
Do they
I
often
should really
judge you
remove that
before
because
they
we don't
talk to
rock
you?
life during D&D
You being
streams. So
A mountain of
no,
a
all we
being
do
with
lately is
obvious
D&D
orc
streams.
features.
But I keep
But-
it for cozy game remembrance.
I mean,
boo.
very
Sorry.
refined. You're clothed. That's
But
a big one.
Thanks for using
No offense.
69
And
carats.
the fact that you carry
Ribbon,
instruments
if you
instead
have
of a
time, if you
battle
can
axe would
refund
kind
that,
of
or I'll do
give
it
a
after stream.
nod to the idea to give you a shot to at least get to know you before they just label you as a barbarian.
I want to rock
and
though,
go,
like the
"I
song.
agree."
That it used to have the song, but
Well,
that
that is the goal now, isn't it?
That we moved.
Obviously, carrying out a weapon does
sometimes I
incite
feel like I need to just
violence at
wait
first
until
glance,
everyone is
and
out of the
I
house.
tend to avoid that every chance that I can get.
Throw my PC and some clothes in the car, and just
Oh,
drive
Noble
away in the sunset.
Endeavor. Violence really
yeah,
does
but
not
that's no
solve
different than
anything
like
with most
everybody's had like a
cognitive
bad day where
creatures.
they're like
If
driving
you can talk your way out of it,
and there's
it's
like a
always
wall
better.
and you just like
I agree.
I could just
Where do you hail from?
you could, right? I feel like it's
I
similar to
come
that kind
from
of a
a
feeling.
little
I could be wrong.
further north on the
Of
South
just like
Coast,
you
actually,
knowing that you
a
could do
little near
something that
to
is
the homeland of my dear friend
oh
Jade
no
here.
I
I
mean
went to
just
I went to
just
school
run
up
away,
there. That's not where I was
just go and
born.
become a
I
new
was-
person. Yeah, I don't know. I think like
guess
I thought of it more of
look
like
back,
just
I kinda did move around quite a
not
bit
drive into
there,
a
didn't
wall.
I?
Let me finish. I mean like in the aspect of like you could
I
just
wasn't
change
raised
everything.
with my
And that I
birth
feel like that's
parents,
like seeking
as
for
you might
control
have
when you feel like you
assumed.
have no control.
I was
And
fostered
in that
to an
aspect, I think it's the
agricultural
same. No, I get what you mean.
community.
Okay, good. Because I'm not saying it in that
And
way, because
in
obviously
my
we don't do that.
adolescent
It's a thought
years,
in the
I
brain,
ended up taking
but it's just trying to have
instead
control.
of training
you know?
in combat and martial talents that I did not possess.
I know some
I seeked a higher education
Going to Cali,
to
you
develop
could drive
my
into small.
intellect and social skills.
True.
So I attended a Bard's College. It's called Falklucka, if
That's
that sounds
bad.
familiar to you.
I'm not even gonna
I've
read that.
only heard
That's
of the Bard's
bad.
College. It's in the Moonshays. I've been through there, but it's not for beginners.
Right, well, I can concur with that. It did take me quite a lot of time to get through all my studies. That's
I think it paid off. The song was quite delightful.
Did you go to like the Juilliard of Bard colleges?
It's that the college he went to is more like state, and the one that's in the Silvery Moon is like like an Ivy League, and then you have a couple that are like specialist bard colleges that are there's 4 altogether.
We really want.
Well,
Juilliard.
it is. I was saying that's.
I thought that was perfect. It was dancing and music. It would be the perfect bard college.
Yeah.
It's an educated response,
All bards
Cloud.
go to
Get off
Juilliard.
me.
I feel like if you go to
Sorry,
Juilliard, you
trying
have
to-
to minor in bard.
Oh,
Crash into the
at
Great Wall is
least.
trying to- No.
Yeah.
That would,
Well,
Nah.
I hope
the way
that
to go.
you're able to,
Again, I wasn't
accomplish
stating it
whatever
in
it is
that
that
sense.
you're
I was
coming to
just
Chult for,
stating it in
and
the
then you make
aspect
it
of,
back to
you know,
your studies and become
I got my
a
bard
great
degree
bard
online.
that I will hear stories of in the midst of the jungles of Chult, even.
One day, I do have a lot
There's
to
a
learn.
correspondence
and a lot to
course.
figure out, which perhaps you could
But yeah,
assist me with.
I just noticed that
with your
sometimes I'm a person that
not
gets
with
into
your
spots in my
already,
life where I just
no knowledge of Chult.
feel like I have no control.
Not now, of
and
course. I'm
then I end up
pretty sure I might have
trying to
talked your
find
ear off,
some
as
way
they
to
say.
resolve that.
And
even in
of
the
now, but
littlest of
maybe
ways, right?
Another time, if you don't mind.
She pats you on the knee and then takes both of her hands and wiggles her ears. Still got both of them.
Your quartzite
Right, that
Arizona?
is
Hmm.
Metaphor, but
I know. And then finally she turns to you, Imp. She says, "And you, my forlorn friend. What is your tale?"
Oh man, I'm gonna fuck with
You're
them.
muted. Oh no, you're not. I'm sorry, it was just lagging. Sorry, didn't mean to
Alright,
interrupt.
no, that's cool. I tell them centuries ago, in a different form and a different body, a similar path, raised legions
Yeah, the
to
feeling
take
of
over
not
and
having
protect my
control.
own land,
You can just
only
can
to
just
be
eat you alive
outcast by the very
sometimes,
people
for
I
me
chose
at
to
least.
protect. And as
Like,
if some
I just
cruel
need a path.
fate or
Yeah.
irony,
Yeah, because sometimes you just feel like you
I'm
need
reliving the
an
same dream
answer,
and
right?
nightmare.
Or
And I look
even
her
if
dead
there
in
was
the eyes.
something to
Yet
hold on
my
to, right?
believers pull me back.
To anchor your
And
choices,
one day,
and it would
the
feel
lands of
better.
Mesra will be mine again.
I've been
say
feeling that a
nothing more.
lot lately. Yeah.
Roll me a deception check or
But it's
deception
almost like
performance, you
falling
pick.
down a river where
With
you're
advantage.
you're grabbing at anything, right?
Jade's like,
Shit.
I'm
Hold on.
having a pretty severe dopamine crash the last few days. You expended a lot.
Yeah, I'll take it.
B12. B12. Load up, bro. It's right here.
She has a +2. She looks at you wide-eyed. She goes, "There's no way. But if there is, I will help you with anything."
I just smile and lean back a little bit.
It was an unexpected
I
night.
Give her
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
But that's the hard part. I think like when you're, like I said, in those moments, you're just
Paladin
grabbing at
walks.
anything,
Story is
and
true. We must
just
get you
as
to
much
Mesra.
as if you were going and going down a
Let's
river,
do it.
grabbing at anything, you're gonna have
I am
grab
truly
shit that's
blessed to be amongst
unstable,
you.
right?
I merely hail from
But
a
you just keep
small
going and keep grabbing.
outpost on the southern coast of Chult.
Ugh, I hate job searches.
Uh,
Sorry.
Mom and Dad worked.
It is the worst.
And I roamed the nearby forest, which was
Hello, Grim Grixis.
too
How do?
dangerous.
He's, I
Learned
believe,
some
what he said he
bushcraft
was
and
playing games with his brother.
Survival. And by this time, Pachachuk, as you're coming back down into, or you're done with what you're doing. If you want to come back down, you would be doing that right about now. I
Being sweaty as
spent
fuck
my
on Warzone. Nice.
formative years under the tutelage of a very kind satyr who moved to Chult from a town. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called
I do
Luskin.
think I need to ask my doctor about trying different antidepressant or upping my dosage.
She mentioned
that would be fair.
cold, always cold.
There are lots of
Um,
things that can have effects
originally,
on those, so definitely
she moved to Luskin
seeking
from
some help
10
and
towns, which I
seeing
believe is
what
in the
is
very,
gonna
very,
be better
very
for you
north
would be
of
obviously better
Faerun.
and seeing
I've
what
never
you can
been
do.
there. I don't like cold.
Been accusationed multiple
Um,
times already.
But she trained me on how
so-
to navigate the jungle pathways
Hacker.
and find food and my way.
Got some dubs, I
and
believe.
enough to make a business out of it. I
believe-
can't imagine
Get
those
some
of you
dubs.
who
I
are
believe in you.
stuck
Good
inside
luck,
of a
Grim. Don't die.
specific location, how you would manage to function without the wanderlust just taking you away. But it is very unfortunate,
Bang
my
set
little
on
grown
wall.
friend, that you were
Raisins.
unfortunately
Are
cast
you
out by the
lacking
elements.
support, my friend?
And
Is it hard
you
without
have no
your
way
res
back
buddy?
to Drungalong.
Hmm?
No, I do
Ah,
not.
yes.
I do not know the way. That's.
St. Isidore
I
Empire?
left town, went to the mainland.
That's the
wanted
hard
to do
part
some
of coding,
research on-
right? You get so used.
Uteo. I want to do research on Grung. Maybe they're old, ancient or other
You get used to playing with certain
libraries
people and
across
you get
the
used to
land
their
and
play
maybe
style.
maps and stuff.
Then when
do
you're playing
research.
with
So
not them, you're like,
I left
fuck.
to go study, and my red color signifies that my family. I remember my family. My family was a tribe shaman, and
Yeah, switching to a
my
different medication was
grandfather,
world
the
changing
last
for
time,
me. It's a good idea to
was
look
a-
into. Yes.
was a village shaman. One day that was to fall on me, so I've had this
I saw you snipe a guy
innate
once and the crosshairs
ability in
didn't
me
add
that
up.
I wanted to improve. So I went to mainland and I found about the Archivocadium College in Silvery Moon. I went there to study, and I knew they had the best. I've heard they had some of the best libraries. I did research. My research was
You
just
can always
to
1v1 him. I
find
watched
out
that.
everything I
Sorry
can
for being
about
late.
Uteo, Chult,
The enter didn't have
Vizians,
being late. The
so I
enter
can
didn't
find my
happen
way back
earlier
home.
when I was gonna hit the lurk. Oh, I appreciate it, Gummy. I appreciate
Oh,
you.
we have
How are you
quite
doing?
a list of tasks to accomplish.
Any stream would you do with
Yes,
pod? Some
and I know
pull up the task
one of the things
manager
too. If I was to
and tell it alt tab. You
I
won't
have many
find
things to do,
anything
and it's,
but fucking
the
skill.
journey starts with the very first step. And
So,
I know I got a long ways to go,
Grim's a little cocky today.
but here we are to start.
She
I've had my
stretches and
emotions shut down
yawns
to a
and she
trickle,
looks up at the portal.
for a
And
few years. Having them come rushing
looks
back
like night's
is pretty
coming.
overwhelming.
been a long, boring day, but at least I could pass the time with you four. Thank you for
Offline COD. I am
breaking the
hostile.
monotony of this voyage.
There's a word for that.
hope we
I'm trying
could
to keep myself
maybe
busy.
work together in the future.
I do good. Hi, Morgoth. Hi, Mandy. Hi,
I
Cloud.
love
Hi,
that.
team. Hi, Graham.
Let's
Hi,
do it.
chat. Hi, Gummy. Gummy.
Sounds reasonable.
I know.
You seem very kind.
Because you're a good COD
I
player. And
pluck
he
a
can
jade
take it,
crystal
believe it
from
or
my
not.
hair
He deals
and
with
I
my bullshit
put
all
it
the
in my
time.
hand. I'm like, that's for you.
Oh, beautiful.
Went to the used bookstore today and bought some vinyl,
can't
so that was
accept
nice.
this.
That
This
is
is
nice.
At least 25
Hopefully
gold.
it was positive and motivating and not sad droll, because we
Yeah.
don't need that right now.
For you.
That would be beneficial, right?
Oh,
Grim, I'll 1v1
maybe I'll
you.
use it to replace the
Any
cursed
day.
tooth. Thank you.
Welcome.
And good night to all of you. If it's all the same, I'm gonna bunk out down here and get some shut eye. The wind is doing horrible things to my skin. And as you
It's the
you see,
kombucha.
like, it's the kombucha.
Why 1v1?
As you see her hands, like they're like very dry from the
Tip-tip
salt
talking.
water
Night Ranger,
that's been whipping
Kansas,
up on deck.
Billy Squire,
And
and Metallica albums.
she
Oh,
bids you good
nice.
night.
Yeah, sleep tight.
Small PP
Don't
energy.
let the bed ants
Yeah,
fight.
why don't we just grab a beer
Mhm.
and go out
I think it's
Warzone?
bed bugs.
No, definitely ants.
Did,
definitely
did my
And-
accepting of a 1v1
Yeah,
was...
and then look at the party. Wait, you
Do I have
and
small
you
PP
and,
energy?
and look at the grung.
Do I?
You ant?
Have you had a weird ant dream yet?
No, because I know I'll lose.
No, I mean I don't think ants could get to me. You would have noticed this by now, but it hasn't been mentioned here out of game. But I sleep in a bucket of water.
I mean, that's fair.
Bro.
I don't think ants can swim.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping in the
But
bucket
yes,
of water.
friend, do not let the
Yeah, no, me
bed-
either. You know, the prunes I would wake up with,
It's
like 30
jade
fingers.
limestone. So you guys go back up to your area where you sleep. Does anybody have anything you want to do before they go to bed?
Yeah, who wants to take watch?
I mean, 1v1 can be a lot of things. Those who win
I was gonna say, is it a full
in a
moon?
1v1 stare down.
No.
Violence doesn't always solve
You
doesn't
were
solve
asking about
anything, Maddie.
ants,
Okay.
If dreams of ants or bats were caught on me?
Fair.
No, I haven't noticed it anyway. You guys are having ants? A problem with ants?
Weird spooky ant dream lady with gold rusty weird copper
I
eyes.
got a Macho Man Randy Savage
Yeah.
album last time I was at a vinyl store. It's awesome. I got it framed. That is pretty awesome. It has a picture of him all over the vinyl.
What'd you say about the
And
captain?
it's colored vinyl. Ooh, nice.
I cut off Jay. Go for it, Jay.
Oh, no, I was just saying it is quite
I don't know. I don't
peculiar
think
how
Grim
we
will
all seem
1v1
to
me
share
anyway.
A similar dream.
And we all saw the captain turn into the weird spooky lady.
Yeah, I saw that as well, so maybe it is...
Coins or eyes is like common dead to pass in many religions. So it's weird to see undead on a boat. I was not feeling good the previous day.
A true work of art.
So maybe it will
Also,
be
what's up,
well
friends?
advised
I'm lurking
to
while
take
playing
a little
Baldur's Gate
extra
3. Thank you so much
precaution
for the lyric, hun.
tonight.
I've also been thinking today that I
Maybe we
might try
could
and
set
free
a
up
watch in order.
my
That wouldn't be
nights,
too
get a
far-fetched,
gym
no,
membership,
wouldn't?
and start working out
I do
again.
not think so at all.
Because the only time I
seems
have to
wise.
do that is in the evenings after dinner.
Cloud.
That would
Wait,
be nice.
Hold on. I'll message you because I know we wanted to. Oh, no,
Okay,
I'll
maybe
look it
sharing
up.
channel?
I'll find it.
I want to
I'll
see it
be
too. Hold on,
honest.
I'm gonna go look.
Well,
I wanna see.
I admit that I'm kind of a night owl in my getting wrapped in studies and whatnot, so I don't mind taking the first watch. Or
Oh
first couple.
yeah, that's so
No problem,
awesome.
I'll take second or mid.
Okay.
Watch this. And I picked the wrong side.
So, you guys. So who's taking
No
third? then?
comment. I have words, Morgoth, but I'm gonna be quiet right
I'll
now.
go that way. That would be
There's
my
a
path.
very big
Okay.
flaw. Love
How long do you have to be in
you.
the water for?
Just 1 hour.
Love you, Morgoth.
Okay.
Don't die. Don't die.
And so,
And
Jake, you're
I'll-
taking fourth watch.
Yeah.
All right.
There's this 1 hour workout on YouTube
So
from
first
this
watch
one person. It's so
happens,
good.
and Jay, you
Makes
see the
pussies purr.
crew making
Gummy.
their
Hi.
nightly duties completed. The anchor is
Unfortunately,
dropped.
That would mean I need to take a break
And
from D&D.
the
Yeah. Maybe a break is what I need.
by the way, little faux
Not sure
pas from the DM. There is no fucking way they have an anchor long enough to hit to the bottom in the middle of the ocean.